Hello and welcome to ENI London edition, broadcasted from Eagle News London Bureau, looking at stories in the United Kingdom and Europe. In today's news, Britain ponders on £40 billion EU divorce bill. Bank of England set to stay on hold with the impending Brexit. London's underground mail rail reopens after 14 years. In lifestyles, now if you're slouching a lot and want to improve your posture, there is a mobile app designed to do just that. Georgia Madronia will tell us more. Inventor of the smiley talks emojis as reported by Ashley Espiritu. Up next, our junior explorer and reporter J.D. Season takes us back in time to see the Jurassic giants in action at a London park.
And lastly, INC Live UK 2017 inspires creativity among participants.
Hi, I'm Owen Salvador from Notting Hill, United Kingdom, and I'm 1 with 25.
We are from Notting Hill, United Kingdom, and we are 1 with 25.
Hi, I'm Bettina Matera from Heathrow, United Kingdom, and I'm 1 with 25.
We're from Belfast, Ireland, and we're 1 with 25. From United Kingdom, we are 1 with 25.
Hi, I'm Brother Jeff. I'm here at INC Live 2017 from the locale of Exeter. I am 1 with 25.
According to media reports, Britain is prepared to pay up to €40 billion or $47 billion as part of a deal to leave the European Union, and may have to keep making payments for long-term programs to the EU even after it leaves the bloc in 2019. Bills are getting bigger for British consumers as inflation kicks in. But Brexit is the biggest bill that is yet to come. €40 billion could be the cost to the UK government as part of a divorce settlement. Two News survey also sounds the alarm. Mortgage lender Halifax says increases in house prices are at their weakest in 4 years. Payments company Visa puts consumer spending on its longest losing streak, also for 4 years. At €40 billion, a final Brexit bill would be smaller than the €60 billion figure floated by the EU. However, that's not taking into account other demands that Britain's finances have. The Bank of England is set to keep interest rates at a record low. Investors have been looking for any signs of a hike, but Brexit fears and a slowing British economy are likely to delay an increase. That surprising nail-biter pushed up sterling and British government bond yields. The bank rate currently sits at 0.25%. It hasn't seen an increase in a decade. With unemployment at a 4-decade low and inflation above the bank's target, pressure has been mounting for an about turn. But a stumbling start to divorce talks with the EU have left a Brexit cloud hanging over growth prospects, with the bank expected to cut its forecast for 2017. Alongside that is a surprise dip in inflation and weak wage growth. In the end, it all adds up to a difficult balancing act for the governor. A never-seen-before underground mail network is set to open to public in London, 14 years after it closed down. The hidden maze of tunnels, which opened in 1927, reportedly boasted the first electric-powered rail lines in the world. The pioneer service was set up to try and beat congested London roads, which in the 1920s were filled with horse and carts.
The mail rail originally came about because mail was being delayed in London due to congestion in the streets above us. And of course, bearing in mind this is the time of the horse and cart and the omnibus and so on, very little organisation of the roads. And also at that time, all of the mail came through London rather like sort of railway network. The tunnels proved very useful in the First World War for storing heritage and artifacts. In the Second World War, the important thing was to keep the mail moving, especially during nights of the Blitz, where transport above ground was being disrupted. So it wasn't a case of using mail rail for shelter or stopping the service. The main thing was to keep it going.
Here we are, Paddington, 6 o'clock.
Royal Mail still has an obligation to maintain the whole of the tunnel network under London, under the legislation that was introduced to build mail rail 100 years ago. And they still maintain a couple of engineers on their staff to do just that. One of the biggest jobs we've had is finding a way of taking people through these narrow tunnels that were never meant for sort of people to pass through in a way that's not completely uncomfortable or dangerous, anything from risking banging your head or falling over a rail or something like that. So we've had these specially designed trains made.
Shot in 2003, the mail rail had 8 stations in its heyday and 6.5 miles of track going from Paddington in West London to Whitechapel in East London. The smaller red trains, which were originally mainly driverless and exclusively for the transportation of parcels and letters, moved post between the main London sorting offices. Today, the revamped network will carry people and have a driver for the first time. The 15-minute round trip using special tourist trains will move around the museum area, while the rest of the long network will remain shut. The mail rail is set to open to tourists on September 4 this year. The annual World Hen Racing Championships brings an entirely new meaning to the words chicken run, and also brought some extra excitement to England's Peak District on Saturday, August 5th. Hens have been in strict training for the past couple of months, preparing for their annual World Championships. The venue for this event is in a small village called Bonsall. Every year, about 30 to 40 of the world's fastest chickens run along a track to strict international criteria. They must have both clawed feet on the starting line and no pecking allowed. The whole event concludes by finding out which of these fine beasts is the fastest chicken in the world.
Well, I think she's the world's fastest hen and she has lots of world records.
The winner's trainer was Jack Alsop, a 9-year-old schoolboy from Derbyshire, who has a collection of racing hens. He has previously won the event in 2013, 2015, and 2019. Lifestyles. Now, if you're slouching a lot and want to improve your posture, there is a mobile app designed to do just that. Georgianne Madronia will tell us more.
I'm Georgianne Madronia, reporting on the Upright Pro. Do you have problems keeping a straight back? Well, this gadget might just be the device for you. Users wear it directly on their spine, and it gives them reminders every time they slump, reminding them to sit up properly.
It's definitely a product for the new millennials. We spend so many hours in front of computers in our smartphones, causing our back to be hunched over, our neck to look down. It just causes a lot of strain on our muscles and neck and back. So definitely using Upright can help with that problem.
The Upright Pro was designed to train people to make permanent improvements with their posture with the free app to keep up with your progress. In fact, it was awarded the best medical app of 2016.
The nice thing is that it connects to a mobile app that tells you exactly how you're progressing with your training on your posture. So you get a daily goal, tells you how much time you need to be upright today, and you can obviously track all the data, see how you progress, get scores, share it with your friends, so it becomes really a nice experience training to have a better posture.
Physiotherapists say that those with back pains might find it effective to combine the device with physical therapy. Aside from the Upright Pro, there are similar devices which use vibrating reminders to help us sit up straight. But the one thing they all have in common is that we all have to remember to wear them in the first place. My name is Georgianne Madronio, reporting from the London Bureau, and I am 1 with 25.
Inventor of the smiley text emojis, as reported by Ashley Espiritu.
Do you remember a couple months ago when I was talking to you about emojis and where they came from? Well, what would you say if I told you that it turned into a movie? That's right, the Emoji Movie has just been released and is now being watched in cinemas all over the world.
Welcome to my world, Textopolis, where emojis live and work. Here, each of us does one thing. Crier always has to cry, even if he's just won the lottery.
Hooray! I'm a billionaire!
The laugher is always laughing, even if he's just broken his arm.
I can see the bone!
My name is Gene. I'm a meh. So I gotta be totally over it all the time, you know, like, meh, who cares? Which is not as easy as it sounds.
Hello, good simians. Those are some sharp attachés.
Yes, well, we have business to attend to.
What kind of business?
Monkey business.
I had last told you that emojis were created by a Japanese mobile phone provider called iMode. Emoticons, however, was founded by Frenchman Franklin Lefrani in the 1970s. He created the smiley face logo and later on launched a smiley company.
Father Franklin started 45 years ago with a big newspaper promotion, which was called Take Time to Smile. And his idea was to highlight all the happy news and positive news and fun news with the little smiley logo.
The $265 million business was then taken over by Lefrani's son, Nicholas Lefrani.
Actually, for 25 years there was only one smiley logo, his smiley trademark, which is this one. And the concept of the company was just, you know, to license this brand logo on lots of products. He developed a huge merchandising phenomenon throughout the 70s and the 80s and the early 90s.
The Emoji Movie is about a cherry high five, a snobbish poop, and a conflicted meh who fight against living one emotion for the rest of their lives.
What's fun about Poop is that he has insight into who and what he is. And out of that insight comes a sense of humor which allows him to use euphemisms about what he represents in a witty way.
What was more fun was playing the villain. It's truly delicious to get to be that big and that evil and dark and that sinister, that kind of, you know, those are the meatier, juicier things to play, and that always makes it really fun. And plus it feels so freeing because you think, well, I'm not so bad. I could never be like this. She's a monster.
I'm Ashley Espiritu from the London Bureau, and I am 1 with 25.
Hello. As you can see, I'm an emoji. A meh, to be exact. Anywho, it's my pleasure to announce our first movie. Yay. It's almost too thrilling for words. So bring the family. Doesn't have to be your family. The Emoji Movie.
Up next, our junior explorer and reporter J.D. Season takes us back in time to see the Jurassic giants in action at a London park.
And lastly, INC Live, a UK 2017 inspires creativity among participants.
Hi, I'm Owen Salvador from Notting Hill, United Kingdom, and I'm 1 with 25.
We are from Notting Hill, United Kingdom, and we are 1 with 25.
Hi, I'm Bettina Matera from Heathrow, United Kingdom, and I'm 1 with 25.
We're from Belfast, Ireland, and we're 1 with 25. From United Kingdom, we are 1 with 25.
Hi, I'm Brother Jack. I'm here at INC Live 2017 from the locale of Exeter. I am 1 with 25.
Hello, I'm JD, and I'm here at Osterley Park having a dinosaur experience. Jurassic Kingdom is an outdoor exhibition of dinosaurs, the first of its kind in the UK. It brings dinosaurs to life in terms of size, scale, and sounds. If dinosaurs were still around today, it would be a different world for humans. Well, for a start, we were greeted by a huge roaring T-Rex when we arrived. That made me feel even more excited to explore. The place was busy, and there was something interesting to look at in every direction. There was a baby dinosaur hatching out of the eggs, and hungry-looking ones, clawing and fighting each other along the woodland trail. The dinosaurs look so real. Their heads and arms move up and down, their tails swaying side to side. Those scary eyes blink at you, and even their jaws are opening wide, roaring with sound. The Brachiosaurus is now here in front of our eyes. There are pterosaurs flying amongst the trees. I found out they are actually flying reptiles, not a dinosaur. There's an area which looked just like a sandpit, but it was actually an excavation site for kids to dig up dinosaur bones. Young archaeologists are now uncovering a new dinosaur. Do you know what dinosaur it is? It was enticing to touch the scary creatures, but most of the dinosaurs are roped off. Luckily, there are small dinosaurs along the route that kids can climb and ride on. Plucky adventurers are now attempting to ride the king of the Jurassic, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I took one of the activity sheets available for older children containing questions about the dinosaurs, and you can find out the answers from the signs displayed next to the dinosaur models. I thought that enhanced my experience because I gained more knowledge about these creatures of the past. Along the Jurassic Kingdom route is a marquee to watch educational documentaries about dinosaurs. It's a 30-minute viewing experience to learn more about how dinosaurs lived millions of years ago. There are also lots of natural attractions that amuse the kids, apart from dinosaurs. Along the trail, there are woodlands and some swings hanging from tree branches to play on. It has been a fun and educational experience learning about the Jurassic giants of the past. I'm JD Sison, reporting from the London Bureau, and I am 1 with 25.
Hi, I'm Sarah here in Wolverhampton, United Kingdom, and today we're going to discover what's happening here in INC Live. The day started off with an evangelical mission where the members of the Church of Christ gathered with their guests to listen to the words of God. Following on from that, the members and their guests had a chance to visit all the booths. During INC Live, the members set up many different booths that varied in choices such as singing, dancing, radio, and most especially our own EBC booth. So, what does INC Live stand for? Live stands for livelihood, interaction, values, and entertainment. All of these things we need in our everyday life. That's why the organizers of the event prepared very hard to make sure everyone of all ages can participate in every booth they went to. Yet again, this year's INC Live was a huge success, leaving everyone with overwhelming joy and hopefully learning something new. I am Sarah, reporting from INC Live UK 2017, and I am 1 with 25.
Thank you for watching. I'm Love and Season from the London Bureau, and I am 1 with 25.